The most recent experience was 2018, Oil Well Flats, up Red Canyon Road. An old girlfriend and I were up there having a campfire, and we were dancing around the fire, and she became a statue, white as a ghost, was looking over my shoulder at whatever it was, turned around, ran off to the car, left me. I turned around, about 20, 30 yards away was this thing peeking over this pine bush tree. Don't know exactly what species of tree it is. Tree was over 8 foot tall, and this white, snow white face, beady black eyes, was looking over the top of this bush, looking at me, looking at us, watching us the whole time. I turned around. It was hairy. It was a very hairy face, and I turned around and we left. That was that. We
How far away was that?
20, 30 yards, 20 to 30 yards roughly.
Wow.
Very nerve-wracking.
Now, obviously, it was a short look. You know, I'm not.
We're gonna stay around.
You're not gonna stay around.
I wasn't staying around. No.
Do you remember? Can you any other details? Like, did it have ears?
I couldn't make out any. I didn't pay that much attention. All I saw, I locked eyes with whatever it was. I got a quick image of the face, which was beady black eyes, hairy, snow white face, what would have been considered fingernails that you could visibly see, just almost grabbing the top of this bush and peeking over the top of it like you're looking over the top of a wall or around a corner.
Could you see any other? I mean, I realize it was a quick thing and just. But any other details on the face, like? Don't, and again, just...
No, not that I can remember. I wasn't sticking around very long. As soon as I locked eyes with whatever it was and realized how tall it was, I dipped out pretty quick.
Now, this area, you said...
It's a party spot. It's a popular party area, is what it is. High schoolers go out there and throw parties, and that's what it is. So it's a popular area. I don't know why or what it was doing.
Have you ever heard any other stories out
there? I have not. I have not heard any other stories going on out there.
Huh.
Anything related to that, anyways.
Right.
I mean, party stories, yeah, but nothing more than that.
Oh.
Before we witnessed whatever it was, I took it to be just small game running around, rabbits mostly, because there are a lot of rabbits up there. I just took it to be rabbits, but looking back, it sounded like rocks being thrown at us or in our general vicinity. Just didn't take into account what it could have been or anything more than rabbits running around. That's or a bird fluttering from tree to tree.
How long do you think you were out there?
We were out there for a couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just hanging.
hanging out, dancing, having a fire, talking, telling stories, doing what couples do.
Cool.
I would speculate, right, that it probably came through this gully to get around over here to go and see you. I mean, that would be the safest route. Like, if you wanted to creep up on someone over here, and you're not going to come from over there. Look at how open that is. So the other way is going to be like to go around this way, or through this gully. Pretend I'm your lady, like with my long hair. So would I be right
this
here?
This way. She looked around this way.
And so were you guys just talking or dancing?
We were dancing and talking, and then looks
so
over my
looks
shoulder,
over this way.
Freezes. I was like, "What?" I turn around.
But she's already running away, right?
She's already gone. Yeah,
and she's running right into there.
Already in the car, yeah.
Okay.
I turn around, see it.
There's a channel cut through this tree.
Okay, so what's interesting here is that the area where this being was seen is very similar to one of the blinds in the area that I had encounters to. I mean, I call it a blind, but it looks like the inside has been like, the limbs have been broken, it's kind of been opened up, and it looks perfectly an area where people pass by or are at. So Glenn's gonna go in there right now.
This looks nothing like any of the other junipers that are around here.
And again, like the one that I found is also juniper too. So it is really interesting to find another example that potentially could illustrate a natural.
Now here's a
Blind.
branch broken down and inside.
I don't know if I can see it.
From here, bent down, right here, broken down inside.
I may have gotten it. We'll see. So as you can already tell, right? Like Glenn is what, 6'3"?
Just 6.
Is 6 foot, but it was looking over these trees right here,
If it was inside.
and so,
Okay, so my fingers are almost at 8 feet.
yeah, well, it had to be inside if he could see like the hands looking over.
This is crazy. I mean, because this is like a totally.
So that means it was much bigger to be able to, like, even if it's on tippy toes, to be able to look over enough where he could see it in the moonlight. All right, come on.
Let's go. I mean, unless it's standing in the, literally standing in the branch, on the branches.
It might. I don't know. That might be why it's out at an angle. What he's doing right now is he's measuring from the ground up to his face. It was higher than this, but just to get an estimate of where he's at right this moment.
9 feet right here.
9 feet. So this thing is probably 9.5 to 10 feet. Would you say?
Roughly.
So put your hand up a little bit to see, and tell us when. Just keep going up with your hand a little, like a little, and we'll tell you to stop. Just yell at him when to stop whenever he gets the.
You got it.
Oh, there. That's how tall it was. So how much wider was it?
Probably the width of his shoulders was the face. Maybe a bit wider.
That's insane. Did you hear that? So
Width of the shoulders, maybe a bit wider was the face.
it might be more than.
Okay. My eyes right now, 9'9".
So
Almost 10
this thing
foot.
was 10 feet. That's what I just said his eyes. So this thing is probably around 10 feet tall. And so its hands, were they over the branch right there like that?
They're kind of like that, but they were 10, 15 sizes bigger than his hands.
Yeah. And so could you see a little bit of its chest and shoulders, or mainly just its face and its arms?
It was just like the face and hands. It's just
That's
like this.
insane. That is huge. And so what's interesting here, right, is that this shows how this hominid got complacent, and how they were complacent, didn't notice it till the end. I mean, the fact that it was willing to expose itself that much on a day with so much moonlight shows that it probably has done this before and hasn't gotten caught. People are gonna ask, but why didn't you take out your camera and take a picture of it?
You know, the terror feeling in your gut where you know you can't help but shit your pants and you got to get the hell out of there. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was terror. Like,
Terror, yeah.
get the hell out of here.
The last thing you're gonna do is whip out a phone when you have
Exactly.
something that's maybe over 10 feet staring you down in the middle of the night,
Exactly.
and say, hey, I'm gonna get a picture of you. You're gonna run away and get the hell out of there and to safety. Like, it's just natural human instinct.
Yeah, no.
A natural instinct in general.
Wasn't sticking around for that. Nope. No way.
No. So
You know what?
that is why he didn't get a picture, and that's why many others don't either. So the point I'm making is that's a silly question to ask, but you're probably gonna ask it anyway.
So Glenn's saying that the top of this rock that Matt's sitting in front of is the top of his eye level, and that's roughly about the same height as Glenn is sitting in the tree.
That's why you didn't take a picture.
That's exactly why I didn't take a picture. Roughly the width of your shoulders, maybe a bit wider, was the face.
Wow.
That's insane. Yeah. So he was. Yeah. Like, you're really small still as far as wide compared to this hominid.
Hey there, Glenn here. So one of the things that really stuck in my mind and made me question was Dakota's description of the creature looking over with his hands like he was looking over a fence. I couldn't picture that in my mind, how that would work when you're looking over a tree, a juniper tree specifically. It didn't make any sense until we went on site and Dakota showed us this tree, and which you'll see here in a second. It's crazy because the creature wasn't outside and behind the tree. It was inside the tree. The tree's now hollowed out to where it could stand inside and look over the lip, as it were, of a bowl rather than behind and looking through the full foliage of the tree. So I found that to be incredibly compelling and supportive of Dakota's testimony, and I think you'll find it as intriguing as well. So take a look at this. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Okay, so here's the video from the viewpoint. This is pretty good range. Wave again, guys. They're not dancing, but right there is Party Rock. My head is at about eye level of what he said. Now I'm going to show you what the inside of this looks like. There are broken branches. There's another broken branch, but anything of any size couldn't be standing on these branches. They would break right down. This is crazy. But you can stand, if you stand in here, it'd be very hard to see me. That's crazy. And yet here's the egress right here. Right out. No problem. Except for the camera.
It sounded, it sounded like birds, it sounded like rabbits running around, but I mean, it's something like this almost. Just running around. I mean, didn't figure as rocks being thrown.
But
it
could have been.
Could have been.
If you like, it could be interpreted as possibly being rocks the way like the noise was being made. But it also could have been birds or rabbits moving around too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.